Welcome back to another episode of City Rest, the unofficial officials. I'm your boy Mondo. Of course, we have Varsity Dan, and with us we we have the toasted raviolis all the way from New York. How's it going?
How are you?
Good.
Good. Thanks for joining us. I know our main focus was, all about the fans, and then last year, got kind of crazy. So this year we really wanted to focus in, bring more fans on, and talk about the fan experience, and then you guys had a very unique fan experience this year, so we want to dive a little bit into that. But first, can you tell us like why St. Louis, like how you became fans of the St. Louis squad?
So, like how we began was, like we started to watch the first game, which was St. Louis versus Charlotte, and these two thought, that Charlotte was gonna win, and I was like, no, St. Louis is gonna win. And then, once they won, I was like getting like really like a good fan of theirs. And then he started off as Miami. He still was like he didn't know yet, and like when like Gavin changed his mind, and then like he was more like yeah, like St. Louis is a thing, and that's more how we started off being.
Okay. Yeah, sounds great. And then we should have back up a little bit. Can you guys introduce yourselves? Forgot to do that.
That's all right. So I'm Dad. I'm Kagan. And this is
Olivia.
And this is
Gavin.
And with us is our pal Michelle. And yeah, we live in upstate New York, and we basically became fans through TV. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And then I was looking back. I was like, when did you guys contact me? Like early on, it was like a month after we started. So you guys have been fan pretty much since day one.
yeah, it's funny because like I grew up playing soccer, and I was an LA Galaxy fan and a Kobe Jones fan when I was a kid. But we didn't have cable in my house when I was a kid, so it was like whatever I could read in the newspaper was kind of it. And we had a Kobe Jones book, and that's kind of how I got started. And then when they announced MLS Season Pass, I got a free pass from somebody on Reddit, and we just kind of started watching. And like she said, she just became a St. Louis fan really early on, and it just kind of sucked us all in. And one by one, we all became really big fans right from the beginning. So I don't know, the team had a really great first 5 games, winning 5 in a row and setting that record, and it was just very infectious and really sucked us into being St. Louis fans.
Oh yeah, and this is Varsity Dan's first year following MLS too. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm a local here to St. Louis, but I never really followed MLS. I kind of followed a little bit more like Mexican League soccer. Never really got into European soccer. I did play. I was as you already know, the number 9 back in high school. But other than that, same thing with St. Louis. It just the incredible inaugural season just kind of sucked us in, and I mean now we're gonna be lifers for sure. But it is interesting that you guys are all the way up in upstate New York, and how do you guys stay connected with the fan base here and or the team? Is it just, are you guys like following on all the social media platforms?
So we basically have just one Instagram account. None of us have Facebook. The kids aren't on Snapchat or TikTok or anything like that. And we have the Instagram account. We started it just to kind of follow the team, just a little something outside of watching on the weekends. And I don't know, people just started reaching out to us. I don't know if it was because people were surprised to see non-St. Louis locals as fans. But everyone just started reaching out to us and were messaging us all the time. And I don't know, it's like, I don't think it was anything we did. I think St. Louis fans are just extremely welcoming people and really great people all around. And they just kept pulling us into it. And that's just kind of how we ended up where we were.
Yeah, maybe if you were from Kansas City, it might have been a little different.
Yeah.
Michelle, what about you? We heard, how they kind of got into St. Louis. Were you just on board when they started watching it, or how did that happen?
Yeah, it was like they got sucked in first and they decided to share it with me. And I like to play outdoor sports recreationally. I never did it for school, but Kagan's son Gavin is very athletic and we're basically the same size. So we usually partner up and either play basketball or soccer. I was never really a sports fan, but they talked about it so much. They were so excited about it that I gave it a try. And I think probably one of the first games I watched was the St. Louis versus Kansas City, where we really annihilated them. So it was fun to watch, and I got sucked in
Yeah.
ever since.
Oh yeah, that's a great game to watch too. I think was that the game I had to go to a Thomas Rhett concert with my wife? That's probably it.
That might have been. I think so.
Yeah, I'm still salty about that, but whatever. So, can you talk about the supporter groups or the groups that you kind of are connected with now? Because I know Fandalorians have been a great help of sending some stuff up your way.
Well, it started with you guys, actually. You were the first.
Hey, there we go. Love to
We,
hear that.
what's really fun about watching from afar is that they do it. MLS Season Pass does a great job of, especially at City Park, capturing all the characters that are fans. Like, I mean, obviously it's a huge sea of red, so sometimes it's really hard to see anybody. But
Yeah.
they really capture like Super Santos and Super Santa, and they capture you guys really well. And we would see people that seemed to be recurring faces all the time. And we used to see you guys, and the kids. This is the first sport of anything that our household has watched. I mean, growing up,
Okay.
I saw a little bit, but we were not really a football family. We're not watching basketball or anything. So this is like a whole new experience, top to bottom, for kids. So when we would see the same fans over and over again, it was like they really stood out. And you guys definitely stood out. And we got in contact, and you guys sent us the city ref cards. And it was just like, it was really cool to just be so connected to something from so far away. I mean, we're literally 1,000 miles away from you guys. And just to have that little piece, you guys sent the mail in their name. They got to get something from far away they weren't expecting. And, we horrible reffing this season. So it was great for the kids.
I have a nickname for them.
Yeah.
What is it? Let's
Girl
hear
tenders.
it.
Girl refs.
Oh man.
So we
That's
would watch
funny.
a lot of games, and they would hold your card up, and they would card the refs instead of the players. And I don't know, just we kind of started there, and then we saw the Fandalorians, and we started following them, and we kind of connected with them a little bit. And I don't know, just supporter group by supporter group, I think everybody there kind of somehow got to know us from afar, maybe from you guys talking about us or something. And I don't know, just everybody reached out. And I mean, there was we have a pretty good friend. His name is Taylor, and he's helped us get a lot of stuff at the pavilion. He got us he helped pick us up the Soccer Bible Inaugural book, and so a lot of the scarves that we have and stuff like that. And it was like, even him, as somebody that's like not in a supporter group, we would see him on TV, and I can remember messaging him and being like, "We've seen you. We have a nickname for you, actually." And he's like, "Oh yeah, the Beard, Mr. Beard." No, we didn't see him so much in the second half of the season, but it was just fun to always just watch and see people and message them during the game, like, "Hey, we see you on TV. We see you here, we see you there," and it was just a cool way to even 1,000 miles away be a part of everything and be with everybody that is together out there. And I don't know, it's just like I said, you guys are just huge, welcoming community, and everybody seems to be pretty tight knit out there, and everybody just really, really roped us in. So yeah, I don't really know exactly how it started, other than with you guys, and I don't know how it ended up where it was, but here we are now, and we know everybody, and we message everybody all the time through Instagram. But that's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pretty
it.
crazy. I saw that picture you posted with all your, jerseys and merch that you have. I'm like, he has more than us. And we live right here, but yeah, it's crazy. And it's awesome. I think a lot of teams can talk about their fan base, about like, how tight knit it can be, like how awesome it is. But I think St. Louis has a really good group. We talk to the Fandalorians, quite often because we started, going to the ambush and representing them.
Yeah.
No Goal Patrol, Mud Puppies, Santos, amazing group. They just started this year. You wouldn't even think they started this year. They're a
Yeah.
huge group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all amazing people.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing that they could take a family from New York and make them feel like just they're one of the part of the family.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like to try to talk about any one group is impossible because I could go on for hours about each one just because the Fandalorians they reached out and just sent us a couple stickers to start with, and then they sent us this really nice letter. But then when the season wrapped up, they were like, check in the mail, we're sending you something. We're like, oh, cool. Like maybe we saw that they were kind of starting with the ambush following and thought maybe it was going to be something related to that, and it was all of these programs and bracelets that fans were trading back and forth during the playoff events, and they sent us this really beautiful letter, and I don't know, it's just like it was a very personal connection. It wasn't like we may be strangers from 1,000 miles away, but I don't know if we're really strangers anymore. Like we're all City fans through and through.
I will
And
say
wow.
the Mandalorians are some of the best people that I've ever met.
Absolutely.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
they got our kids a Christmas present. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
by far, they're incredible. Incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Michelle, are they sharing any of this stuff with you?
Oh yeah, they are. We all got plenty of swag.
And we have so much stuff. It's like it falls out of our pockets when we walk. It's like strangers can pick it up. Everybody's a St. Louis fan where we are because you can't avoid it when we're around. It's like this cloud of St. Louis City that follows us everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that because New York has the Red Bulls and then NYCFC. Does that cause any issues up there?
Not really, because we're so far upstate. Like typically, when people think upstate New York, they think maybe an hour out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like 4, almost 5 hours out of the city. Like we're way up, and there's not a lot of followers of soccer out here. I think like the most exposure, other than like people, I wear my jersey to work sometimes, and people ask about it. But I think the most exposure we had was for Christmas. Santa brought Gavin a gift card to Zoomies so we could set up a skateboard. And the guy that was setting it up, there's a local arena team, the Utica City FC, and the guy that set it up had almost played for them until he got injured. So when he saw our jerseys, he's like,
man.
"Oh, is that soccer?" And we're like, "Yeah, St. Louis. It's the expansion team this year." And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm a New York fan." And I'm like, "Which one?" And he's like, "Just New York." And I'm like, "So you don't even really know."
He just like New York.
But yeah, there's not really a lot of fans out here, so we're kind of we're doing our part to get MLS fans, and since nobody's really paying attention, it's like, oh, be a City fan. Don't look at the other teams. City's where it's at. That's where you want to follow.
Yeah, you just go door to door, knocking around.
Spreading the word.
We go door to door and be like, "Have you heard the good word about City SC? It's in all caps,
Great
and it's
inaugural
fine."
season.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was an incredible season. Like absolutely insane. Like
Absolutely.
Tell everybody
Yeah, I don't think
Santa
you could-
Claus is coming to town.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's funny. We have a lot of because with Apple they updated the Messages app, so you can pull stickers out of pictures. So we'll find those memes on like Reddit and stuff like that. Now we have the Toasted Raviolis group chat. We're constantly sending like. There's one of that the Klaus goal where he kicked it up and then he kicked it a second time before he put his foot down.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of shaped weird, and somebody took it and mirrored it and made it into a heart. So that's our heart emoji to each other.
Oh, nice.
And Santa Claus and the sleigh, and you got all sorts of silly stuff on there.
How many people are in this group, the Toasted Raviolis?
It's just the 4 of us. My dad is kind of following because he used to coach ASO soccer up here when I was a kid. So he follows soccer a little bit. So he's a St. Louis fan by proxy. But right now it's just the 4 of us. But hopefully we can expand that as we go.
Me and Gavin love playing soccer, like as a team. Like I do ASO, he's doing it for school.
Okay. Did you guys? Varsity Dan just started playing again.
I did.
Very cool.
Getting back into it. I am so sore.
That's awesome.
He played a month ago. He's still sore.
Oh, it was a couple nights
We
ago.
were watching some of your awesome trick shots on the ambush page the other day.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
still got it.
And,
it's like momentum just keeps carrying me. Like once I get going, it's hard to stop anymore. I'm telling my legs to do things they are just not gonna do anymore. So it's all right.
Well,
Oh man.
Nico's going. They didn't get that other guy. They need a new striker.
I know. I'm gonna throw my hat in
You
there.
look like the guy.
Or no, I'm gonna throw my name in the hat. I'm not gonna throw my hat at him. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Oh man. So on that too, because you guys became Ambush fans, like you guys are gonna go to the Utica game, right? When Ambush go
Yep.
up there. That's pretty awesome. So how did that come about?
That was the Fandalorians. We
What?
oh yeah, they sent us that care package at the end of the season with all the bracelets and everything in there. And in their note, they said, hey, we noticed that there's an arena league up there, and we're following Ambush. We see that they're going to be, we see that you're going to be playing out there. So maybe you guys can go to a game. And they included one of the fold-out schedules. So I just quickly looked through it, and we were like, oh yeah, it is going to be, because we're probably a half hour to 40 minutes away from where the arena
Yeah,
is.
it's not bad.
So we just said, yeah, they've never been to a live sporting event before, and we're all into St. Louis, so let's go check it out. So we're probably going to be very isolated and alone in the Sea of Utica, but that's all right. We're going to be right behind the bench, so it'll be good.
Yeah, the Ambushes arena is probably about 40 minutes from my house also. So
Yeah, same.
that was a little bit further than City Park. City Park for me is maybe 10 minutes away. But
jealous.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he's 20, but
so you guys have any plans
yeah,
to come and watch a game here in St. Louis at any point?
We talk about it all the time. we got a lot of craziness in our personal lives going on where it's probably not going to be this season.
Yeah.
But it's definitely on the radar. We're definitely starting to work on chipping money aside so we can come out there and saving our miles so we can make it eventually.
Is St. Louis playing any of the New York teams at home that you guys could?
No, they're playing New York at City Park this year. We were hoping, we were watching the schedule and keeping our fingers crossed, and and we were wondering if with San Diego coming into the league, if we might end up making it into the Eastern Conference instead. But we'll see what happens.
We got a guest. We got a caller.
More kids. More City fans.
Oh yeah, you guys converted a new City fan. All right. So, I'm sorry. So can you finish that last part?
Yeah, it's fine. We plan on making it out there at some point. We were hoping this year that they would play at least one away game in the city, so we could maybe take the 4.5 hour ride down there. But they're not playing anywhere here. But we're hoping that with San Diego coming into the league, that will maybe push us, St. Louis, into the Eastern Conference. So maybe there's more opportunities to see away games and stuff. But we definitely want to come see City Park. We want to see, you guys, Fandalorians. We want to see Santos. They have been absolutely incredible to us too. No Nap City Ultras. We want to meet everybody. We want to see everybody. We want to see it at home in City Park. It's amazing to watch the games and just how loud it is even on TV. And you definitely want to see it at home for our team.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I wanted to know is your favorite part of the season from afar. We'll start with Michelle. What was your favorite part of the season? Could be anything.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is my favorite player is Salio. So when he made his first goal, that was very exciting because I've always liked him as a player, and I also like how he was recently named like best dribbler in the league, which I was like, yes, recognition, because he has really good footwork on the field and he doesn't get enough playtime. I'm hoping this year he gets more playtime because he needs to be out there.
100%. I agree with that. And that's Daniel. I don't know. Is that your favorite player, Daniel? I feel like you switched up a couple times.
Well, I mean, Klaus, I would say, is probably my favorite player, but close second is Celio, and a lot for the same reasons. I believe he's definitely underrated on our team. The style of play that we have, I think he could be a bigger asset, especially when we get into those games where we can't really break down the defenses. You need somebody creative, somebody to attack. And it seems like he's done that extremely well in games where he's come in off the bench. But he just needs more minutes. I just think he hasn't been sent out there enough. So maybe, now with Giacchini going overseas, I think he could fill in. Even if he's on a wing or something, with him and Klaus up top, I think that's going to be a pretty good combination, in my opinion.
I'd
Maybe
like to
not.
see that.
I'm no
Yeah.
expert.
And yeah, you guys will have to come down. So Giovanna just signed Celio recently, and so they do a bunch of events where he's a bartender,
Oh.
and you get to just go up there and hang out with them. So
Oh,
hey, yeah, we'll have to let you know when the
Yeah, that's
next one
interesting.
is.
I'll tell you something funny about Celio. So we're all pretty big Celio fans. He's probably the shared player that we all are going to follow even beyond St. Louis. But this strange thing happened where for some reason Klaus and Celio's father messaged me on Instagram all the time. I don't
What?
know why they started following us.
I think it was because I made that Lego thing for Klaus.
Yeah,
I
it
think
could
that might
be.
why for Klaus's dad.
But we somehow they started following us.
Wait.
We got
Hold up. Klaus and Celio's dad follow you? You guys chat all the time?
Yes. Yep.
What?
Yeah. I have no idea how this started, but and it's regular. At this point, I'd say maybe it's once every couple of weeks.
Don't tell me you're sending money down to Brazil or something.
No, they're sending money to us. But yeah, it started with Celio's dad. And he's the one that messages the most. Klaus's father, he likes our posts and he'll hit like on the stories, and every once in a while he'll send a little friendly greeting or something. But Celio's dad, I have full conversations with. In the middle of games, I'll be like, "Where's Celio? Is he out there? We need to be on the field," And he messaged us for the holidays and stuff. And I don't think the Celio or Klaus know about it or know who we are. But for some reason, their dads talk to me and
Didn't Celio recently start following us?
Celio started messaging us a little bit, but that was because of something else. But so we just kind of have this weird connection with them, and I don't know, another weird thing I can't explain with just connecting with everybody. So
I mean, that's a cool story. That's pretty
and
wild.
I have the receipts. I can prove it.
Well, yeah, no worries. We believe you. When we clip this out, that's going to be the part I post on Instagram.
Be sure to tag everybody in it.
Yeah, I'll tag Celio's dad and Klaus's dad.
Yeah.
That's well.
Yeah.
The funny story is talking about dads. So obviously, my name's Mondo, and when Daniel first got a picture with Akil Watts, I don't know if you heard the story or not. He's like, "Oh, you sending this to Mondo? That's my boy," or something like that. And then later on, we found out that Akil Watts' dad is named Mondo as well.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I thought someone was messing with me because Mondo and Watts, and then he only liked the pictures of me and Watts. I'm like, someone's gotta be messing with me, man. There's no way, because I don't know many people who are named Mondo.
No, you are the only one I've ever encountered as Mondo.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild. Maybe they need to do what is that that show with wives of something? They should be like dads of MLS or something.
Dads of City SC.
Yeah.
That would.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yep.
Oh man. All right. So moving. So is that everyone's favorite player is Celio across the board?
That's probably our shared favorite player.
Yeah.
Shared favorite. Any others?
For me, I'm for me, it's Klaus and Berkey. I'm still which one do I like more? But whenever I play soccer, I'm a Berkey player.
Yep.
There you go. Is it Gavin?
Yeah.
What about you?
I like Adeniran and Parker. They're both pretty good players. And last year when I played soccer, I would play defense. So defense is my main position I like to play, and that's what kind of drew me to Parker at first. And then Adeniran was just good, so it just kind of took over.
Oh yeah, he's crazy good. For how big he is, that guy's fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. No.
Oh man. And then so Varsity Dan switched up. He likes Klaus, Celio. He loves Berkey. All right, so we'll ask all of you. We'll go one by one. Do you think Varsity Dan can score a PK on Berkey? We'll start with Michelle, and then we'll go
Heck no,
across.
no one can beat Berkey.
Gavin, what do you think?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Michelle on this one.
Dang. All right. Olivia, what do you think?
I'm only saying no because Berkey's the He's eating
All right,
applesauce every day. That's
all
why.
right. We got one more.
Well, let's see. I've never gotten anything in the mail from Berkey, but I have from the city refs. I gotta go with Varsity Dan here. I think he could put one past him.
Hey,
I think so.
well, we
25%.
spoke to Berkey himself, and he believes that I can. Take that for what it's worth. He said,
Wow.
"You know what? I'm so
He did
bad
say
at
it.
PKs. I think you can do it." That's what he said. Legitimately, that's what he told us.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him with a lot of PKs, so yeah maybe it is
he's like,
possible.
"I'm terrible at PKs."
He goes, he's like, I'm trash at PKs,
He's like,
bro.
You could, yeah. He's like, you could do it. I was like, I told you. I knew it.
And Daniel's like, he's like, I still want to do it. Let's
We
go.
still got to get this going. He said in the spring maybe, so we'll see.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be great.
Yeah. We got it on camera.
Yeah, well, he said the podcast.
Hey, I took it for everything, okay?
We'll see. Yeah. You know, we asked him one thing, and then we had a bunch of stuff in small print. So
he should have read the fine print.
Yeah.
The highest paid player on the team said it. It's got to be true.
I mean,
oh man, and that's another thing. So we talk about the fans being so nice and inclusive, but I feel like our players are amazing when it comes to that. Like anybody who comes up to them, smile every single time. They'll sign anything. Like even if it's a paid event, they'll stay like 2 hours past the time just to make sure everyone's taken care of. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is something that we definitely see. Like following all the accounts, you always see just photo after photo after photo of fans that are, like you said, they'll have an event and it'll be 300 tagged photos of everybody who posted their photo with the player, and it's like, how do they have time? A photo every 30 seconds, 300 photos. It's still a lot of time. It's incredible. So.
Yeah, it's insane. But so new season's about to start up very soon. We're talking regular season only. First 5 games. What do you think the win-loss will be?
Ooh, that's a tough question even for me. I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah. We'll start with Michelle over here, then we'll keep working our way
I'm looking
around.
at the schedule right now, like, how many of these are home games? I feel like we're gonna win all our home games. I see only the first 2 are home games, and the 5th one looks like, if I'm reading this right. So I'm hoping 3 out of 5. Not to say that we can't do 5 out of 5 again, but I'm hoping at least 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. All right, Gavin, what do you think?
I gotta say 4 out of 5. I feel like there's just that one game that it just doesn't go our way.
All right, good, because the ref's going on strike.
Are we counting?
Also, we might win. We might get some fair calls for once.
Yeah, when we're out there.
Are we counting Champions Cup or Champions regular season?
No, regular
only?
season only.
Okay.
Season only.
So I think that changes a little bit.
Right.
Well,
yeah. Olivia, what do you think?
I think it's gonna be not to be mean, but the refs have been like really mean to Jackson. So I feel like they're always like, I feel like there's always this one ref that's like, they're always against this one player just because they don't like them, and they're just like, I'm gonna get you. And I feel like they're gonna be like in like one of the first 3. So I'm guessing like 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Goodness gracious. All right, we're wrapping this podcast up early.
I got it.
Oh, tough critiques. All right, what about you? Last one. Oh, I guess
I'm gonna go 2 for 5 only because we're playing Houston twice in CONCACAF, and we're gonna be putting the boots to them, and we're gonna be a little tired, and we're testing out new players. So I'm gonna go 2-5 regular season, but 4 out of 9 when you include the CONCACAF.
Man, it's gonna
match.
be a tough beginning to this year. You have Houston at home,
busy.
Salt Lake, which I think is way better. It's going to be way better than it was last year. So it's going to be a tough game here at City Park for opening day. And then you're back to Houston, and then you're back here to play NYCFC, who is a really good team. You know, the Eastern Conference is actually pretty stacked, so we'll see how we measure up against them. And then Austin, 50-50, you know. It could go either way. Depends on if they lose some of their
All
players.
right. What are you picking over here? What are you picking? How many games they winning?
Who? Me?
You? Yeah,
Man,
everyone
I
else
don't know.
went.
I think I'm going to go 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5? Oh my! I'm gonna clip that. And I'm gonna save that thing. They're gonna put that in their lockers.
It's a lot.
But we are going to win the 2 CONCACAF,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm going
Okay,
5
right.
for 5, baby. We're doing a repeat.
Man, I hope so. But
I always view it this way. I'm like, if you don't go to every game like wanting to win, like or assuming you're gonna win, I'm like, you got to have that
sure.
attitude. You know what I mean?
Oh, you better believe when I guess scores in the app, they're all going to be winning scores.
I mean,
Just,
yeah. Here's the thing: is like how many defenders are gonna pass the ball to Klaus to score a goal right off the gate? You know, like that's got to be a record too. How many the opposing teams pass to Klaus?
How many goals the opposing team scored on themselves at the beginning of our season too?
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, it was great talking to you guys. We'll definitely have to do this again, maybe like mid-season or something. We'll see where you guys are at. We're also glad you're supporting, Ambush as well. That's awesome to see. We've been working our butts off trying to, get that going as well. But it's not hard to do because there's such a great group of guys on the field. So I can't wait to hear what you guys think about your first game when they come up to New York.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. First sporting event for them and first time for arena soccer really for us, so it'll be really good.
Oh, it's a unique experience. It's not like any other soccer experience you've had. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Keep
we're
that
excited.
in mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
If I could real quick before you wrap us up, I just want to shout out a couple people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of amazing fans out there, but I really want to thank you guys for treating us amazingly and being so good to us, but also No Nap, Vandalorians, and Santos, and our buddy Taylor too. All of you guys especially have really made this something super special for us, and we really appreciate all you guys, and I just want to know that we definitely feel the love from you guys, and we love the hell out of all you guys too.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate that a lot. Especially, when we're first starting out, people are like, "What the heck are these referees doing?" So it took a while for that to pick up, and you guys supported us immediately. So when you guys reached out, I was like, "Absolutely." And I remember you saying, like, "What can we pay you? What can we pay you?" And we're like, "No, just don't worry about it." Yeah. So you guys are great. We appreciate it as always. We'll keep in touch. If you guys ever need anything, you guys can reach out. So
appreciate it.
All right, Varsity Dan, any words?
Nope. Just like you said, man, we appreciate you guys following the team, following us, and I can't wait to see where we're at mid-season. Maybe get you guys back on and see if our predictions were wildly correct or incorrect. Hopefully, mine was incorrect.
I hope they're incorrect.
We're mid-season. We're still undefeated.
All right, Olivia, we need you to sign us off. Say, follow City Refs.
Perfect.
Yeah.